Hey, ¿qué pasa, Calexico? Welcome back to the podcast. This is the first episode of 2023, and we're starting off with a bang. This is the first time I've ever done a podcast outdoors, so if there's background noise, sorry about that. But today we're here with two really talented sisters, Yaya and Liz Oceguera. They're both really great boxers that are from Calexico that have done a lot of amazing things in the boxing world. But before we get into boxing, I want to get to know a little bit about yourselves. Who wants to start, the youngest or the oldest?
I'll go.
So tell us your name, how old you are, where do you go to school, what are some of your hobbies, stuff like that.
I'm Naira Oceguera. I go to William Moreno, 7th grade. I'm 13 years old.
I see they're a little bit shy. Their mom was telling me, but I was reading an article before we came out here that you went to Kennedy Gardens.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I graduated too, from Kennedy Gardens back in 1994. If you know how far that is, it's a long time. But that was my home school. So, you obviously you like boxing, but is there other things that you like to do besides?
No, just boxing.
Really? Oh, that's kind of you can tell that you're focused in boxing 100%.
Yeah.
So, what interested you in boxing?
Well, I got in on boxing because I like this. I like seeing my sister doing I got in because I like seeing her fighting and everything, and she inspired me, and that's what made me get on boxing, and I love doing it.
And Liz, you're a senior now. I'm guessing because I remember I saw a post from your mom that you had turned 18 recently.
Yeah.
And well, like your sister said, you were but before we get into boxing, tell us a little bit about yourself, your hobbies, interests. You're 18 now, so I'm assuming you have a little bit more interest than just boxing.
Well, hi, my name is Liz Oceguera, and I'm a student in Aurora High School. I'm 18, as you just mentioned. Just turned 18. I boxed for the majority of my teenage years, for my majority of my life, since I was 12. But some of my hobbies are just basically painting. Painting? Yeah, I like to paint. And other than that, it's just playing boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah.
I know that you were the one that started boxing. Your dad got you into boxing. Both of your parents got you into boxing too. To do a little bit more of activity and defend yourself from bullies as well. I think that's what I read on the article, that you were being bullied, and boxing was a way to kind of show you those bullies not to mess with you.
Yeah.
So when you first started, was it something that before you started, was it something that you were interested in, boxing, or was it just something that your parents picked for you?
Actually, I didn't even know that there was boxing here in the Valley. So as soon as she got me in, it was like a whole new world. It was like, what? And I liked it. I liked the adrenaline that it gave you. I liked everything about it. So that's what kept me going.
And then you mentioned that you started sister training and boxing, and you were interested in it as well.
Yeah.
Once you started, was it like your sister, that adrenaline? What was it that till now is something that you really enjoy doing?
What makes you keep boxing?
Well, how can I start? I don't know how to start.
Because being a boxer is something that you have to give 110%, because it's you need a lot of stamina, and you obviously run a lot. I think people that watch boxing, they don't really understand.
They don't realize how much discipline and dedication it takes.
Yeah, exactly. Because some people might fight and, throw a couple of punches here, but doing it for so many rounds, for, continuously, takes a lot of your stamina away. So to me, like when I see somebody that's really into boxing, I'm like, they must really love this because, you need to train a lot. You need to run a lot. I think running is something that I don't like doing. So that's why I'm like, that's something that's why I think that boxers are somebody that really love that sport because, you have somebody on the other side that's trying to hit you in the face. So, you must love it too.
You both are doing the same thing. And it's all about who loves it more.
Yeah. So you've been doing it now for how many years?
Going to 7 years.
Wow. That's a long time. It's a long time. I also read in the article that, your goal is it still your goal to hopefully be part of the Olympics in Paris?
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often are you guys still training?
Yeah, we train from Monday to Saturday, and we mostly run a lot on Sundays.
On Sundays?
Yeah. I mean, we run on a daily basis, but mostly it's just running Sundays.
Tell us a little bit about how, what your normal day is like when you're training for a big fight. What is it that you do, like when you wake up till when you go to sleep?
Well, like what I do?
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, your maybe your routine for preparing for a big fight. I mean, obviously there's school in between and shores or whatever, but like what it is to, train for a big fight for you.
Well, I basically just like train a lot. I try different combinations, and then I try to do it on the combinations and the fight. And
but like, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? You go out, you run so many miles.
Your routine from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. Cuando tienes que preparar para una pelea.
Well, yeah, I wake up, I go to sleep. I wake up, I run.
You know how many miles you're running?
We run 5 miles.
5 miles over. And then you go home and shower, eat, go to school, and
come back from school, run again.
Come back from school and run again.
Oh, really? And then you go and train.
And then we go train.
Where are you guys training?
In the house.
You guys train in your house?
Yes.
Okay.
In our backyard.
Okay. So, because your dad, obviously you haven't mentioned, but your dad is
Yeah, he's my coach.
Your coach. How's like that? Do you guys like, having your dad as your coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it adds fun. Yeah. And more trust in a certain way, because who can say that their dad is their coach? Yeah. Not a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So I think that's important. Because then they get to see everything and experience everything with you.
Yeah, and it's also a good way to, if your dad's your coach and he knows when it's, when you've kind of had enough, because obviously he's not going to want to put you in any danger or anything. Mm-hmm. So he knows when, when you guys should stop doing either training or in a fight or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember your first fight?
Yes.
No.
You don't? So you do?
Yeah.
What?
Well, my very first fight was actually in a national.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I will remember that fight for the rest of my life because I had done exhibitions before, but it didn't compare to a fight. So that fight, I finished the fight. I finished all 3 rounds. They didn't stop the fight. It was versus Casafia Arnold, and I know. O sea, I was like, she was mopping the floor with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. But I mean, I didn't stop throwing punches. It didn't stop the fight. So I'm proud of myself for that, for being my first fight.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
And have you faced her again before, after that one fight?
No.
No?
No.
Is she still fighting?
No.
No, she's not.
No.
But you remember that she
yeah.
You remember that she was more experienced than you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you can beat her now?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because life.
Yeah, I mean, can you tell the
the progress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are some of the things that you've
I can tell my progress. Like, I actually, like, last week we saw a video of myself from, like, my first sparrings ever, and you could just see, like, my feet. I would drag them instead of, like, actually walking, and then, like, just throwing punches or just going like this. And now I don't drag my feet. I don't put them together. I actually punch combinations instead. And if I step back, I step back in.
Okay. And you know, I think anybody that does something continuously, you know, you learn a lot. Because even for me, I've been doing this for years now, and I look back at the first episodes, and
you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, especially because I had like really bad equipment, so it sounded really bad. So I'm guessing like for you guys, when you guys first started, you know, I'm not saying that the equipment you guys had was bad, but there's been advances, and you know,
yeah,
even like with basketball players, they have, you know, better shoes or, you know, stuff like that. Do you guys notice also the equipment you guys have that it makes you a little bit faster or better?
I don't know. What about you?
I don't know neither. But
I mean, some must be like tighter. Like some shoes must be tighter than others, and may get a better grip on you than others. Or like the ties on the gloves, they may be better, but it's just little things like that. Nothing drastically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when is your guys' next fight?
On February
18.
Yeah. Where are you guys fighting?
San Francisco.
Oh wow. What's the farthest you've gone like to go fight?
I don't know. Ohio or Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've gone pretty far.
And and it's always just you four, your mom, your dad, and you two that. Or do you guys have other people that help out?
No, it's usually just we used to go the entire family.
Oh.
But baby sister gets a little, you know, a little annoyed that the drives are really long. Mm-hmm. They're like up to like 2 days. But now it's just me, my dad, and Yaya.
Oh, okay. So you have a younger sister?
Yeah, sister.
She doesn't like boxing?
She's 2 years old.
But still,
but
like,
yeah, she does.
Oh,
she loves to train outside. She sees us go outside and she gets her little jump rope and she goes outside. Or if she sees us doing like push-ups and sit-ups, she'll also go. Even though she can't do a single sit-up, she'll go.
Yeah. Have you guys ever faced a fighter that, you know, right away when you guys feel the first punch, you're like, oh man, this girl... I mean, I know you mentioned your first fight. You remember that, but have you ever faced a fighter there like, oh man, this girl can really punch?
Well, sometimes, some of them, yeah. But
what do you do?
Well, obviously I'm gonna hit them back and everything, the same thing.
She's so shy.
I know. How are you so shy? Whenever you're boxers, there's a lot of people. Do you feel shy or do you zone in?
I zone in on like I stay focused on when I'm fighting. I don't pay attention to nobody else. I only listen to my sister and dad what they're saying, and I stay focused on my opponent. And yeah.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption, but I wanted to take this time to thank my sponsors. I want to thank my longtime sponsors, my friend Camilo Garcia, Eddie Lopez from Roots Creative, and my friend Jake. Thank you guys for being longtime sponsors of the podcast. I also want to thank my friends who sponsored the podcast in 2022. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your sponsorship. And if you want to become a sponsor, you can go to anchor.fm/Que Pasa Calexico. Hit the support button and you can sponsor the podcast from 99 cents a month to $10 a month. It really helps me a lot to make this podcast better, sound better, look better, and reach out more people by promoting the podcast in social media and other websites. So if you want to become a sponsor, make sure to go to my Anchor page, and I'll leave a link in the description of the show. So thank you so much. And now back to the show. So when your sister fight, you help your dad in the corner?
Yeah. Yeah, his right hand.
So what's one of the, you know, fights or times or some memory of, you know, your boxing experience that you guys remember the most?
I would say all of them, pretty much. Because, I mean, even though they're all unique in their own certain way, we always spend time together. We always like, even if it's just like to go to like a park or something, or like the zoo, we always go and do stuff. But mostly the most important part for me is the moments before the ring, because I think that those are the most important times. It gives you motivation from both your sister and your dad.
Besides your, obviously your parents is somebody that you guys look up to. I'm assuming because everybody, we all pretty much look up to our parents. But do you have somebody else that inspires you? Maybe a boxer or somebody else that you guys look up to?
Well, she inspires me a lot. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be just like her. Like, she was good at boxing and everything. Well, she still is.
Okay.
She still is. But yeah, she still inspires me, and always will. She'll always inspire me.
That's it. That's nice. How about you?
I mean, yeah, like, we both inspire each other in certain ways, because there's things that I'm not good at, and I have to look at her, like how because if I'm not good at it, she's good at it. If she's not good at something, I'm good at it. So we both help each other in that way. So in that way, I look up to her. And other than that, it would be like other boxers. But I'm just like, I look at them, I'm like, oh my god, that's cool, and then like totally forget about it.
Do you feel that there needs to be more maybe spotlight in female boxing? Because a lot of the big fights are obviously between men, but we hardly ever see like a huge fight between women. And there is a boxing scene for women out there, but it doesn't have a spotlight like the one men have.
I definitely do agree that there should be more spotlight on women's boxing, because as like you mentioned, there's not really big shows on women's boxing. If they are, they're not the big fight, the last fight. They're like the undercards. And I hope to be one of the ones that are the main show. But other than that, yeah, because there's a lot of great women boxers out there, but that just don't get enough attention.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, most of the times they're like the really early fights that people are still like cooking their carne asada and they're not really paying attention to the fight. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel that the female boxing matches are a little bit more exciting than the
Some
men.
of them.
Yeah, because some of them,
I just paid.
Yeah. Because some of the men, Floyd Mayweather is, an amazing boxer, but some of his fights are a little bit boring because, he just moves
repetition.
around. Yeah, he moves around too much and he scores, but he never really knocks people out that much. But and when it comes to female boxing, I feel that they go all out and they scrap. They're scrappers. Yeah, they fight. So there's any who's your favorite boxer? Right now at this moment, because I feel like there isn't that many. What do you feel about the boxing scene right now, and professionally? Do you have a favorite one right now?
I would say Gervonta or Canelo.
Canelo.
My mom doesn't like him.
I think I'm kind of on your mom's side. Yeah,
I would get it why, but also because he trains, of how he trains and how he fights. I get it that you guys won't like him because of how his personality is and everything, but I like him. And Gervonta because of how he fights. He's slick with it and he hits hard. So that's what I liked about them.
What about you?
I have no favorite professional boxer. She's my favorite boxer.
Girl.
Any like words of for people, young girls that are out there that might be thinking about boxing? Do you any words that you might want to tell them that maybe they might be scared, or maybe they might think that it's not a sport for them? What would you want to tell them?
You first.
You first.
I already answered. Okay, go. Your turn.
I would. Just like go for it. Try your best on everything. The boxing is for anyone who loves to do it and likes to do it. Yeah.
You got it.
Imagine you're in the ring.
Like when you're already on the ring, just like go for it. You're already up there. Just like try your best on doing that. Just focus right there.
You know, what do you tell somebody, a young girl that might be thinking about joining boxing, but is, they're
indecisive about it? I would say go for it, try it out, and if you like it, keep going, and don't stop. Don't let anybody interfere with the love that you got for the sport, no matter how many times they tell you that you're not good at it, that you're not gonna do anything. You gotta go and show them that you will and that you do have what it takes to be something in the sport. And keep going. Punch till the end of the round.
That's a good way to put it. Punch to the end of the round. Do you feel that, because you're probably your sister's age more or less of when she started boxing? Yeah. Do you feel you're better than her at her age than she was?
Well,
definitely.
Yes. Yeah, I do. But like not in a bad way. But
not in a bad way.
But yeah, I do.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think she's a better?
Yeah, because imagine a girl at 12 years old barely starting versus a girl who already has been in it 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she has an advantage to
time.
Yeah. Do you guys ever spar together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you take it easy on your little sister?
No.
Oh, you don't? No.
Sometimes. I mean, I have to take it easy, but if she punches me one time, I will punch her back.
Yeah,
and then only one punch, and that's all it takes.
Is it true?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to tell the people out there about where can people follow your boxing?
I don't know if you guys can see.
Liz and Yaya Boxing.
Yeah, you guys can follow both our Facebook and Instagram page on Liz and Yaya Oceguera Boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our page.
Do you guys post your upcoming fights?
Yeah, we post everything there. To training videos, sometimes sparring videos, and when we're gonna fight, we're about to get on the ring and stuff like that.
Okay. Is there a female boxing scene here in the valley, or do you guys go to Mexicali or somewhere else to kind of like have fights before big fights?
What do you mean?
Well, like, is there like boxing tournaments here in Imperial Valley?
Oh, here? No. It's dry. Yeah, there's nothing here.
Even Mexicali?
Yeah, there is, but not for us. Either there's nothing or they don't want to fight.
So do you guys have any smaller fights before you go to tournaments, or is it just training?
It's rare when we have fights. Mostly just like sometimes sparrings, but other than that, no.
Do you feel it makes it harder for you to prepare for?
It definitely has a take into it, because you can hit the bag, but the bag's not gonna hit you back. So that's the thing that you really have to work on in sparring.
Has your mom ever gone in the ring with you, either one of you?
Years ago, when I was like her age.
Oh, really? What was the outcome?
What was the outcome, Mom?
No black eyes.
She doesn't remember. It's okay.
Any closing thoughts that you guys? It's kind of hard to get some words out of you, but
I know you're gonna have to tickle her.
I don't bite. Does me not looking at you help you express yourself a little bit more? If I don't look at you,
I don't know. It's
What do your friends tell you at school? Because you've obviously won like huge fights. You've been national champion. That's one of the biggest titles that you've gotten. What do your friends tell you?
Like they say congratulations and like I'm proud of you and everything, right? And like just like keep on going and yeah. That's,
they do. They're supportive of it.
yes.
Okay, that's good. What about you?
I mean, my friends, they're really supportive of me, and then they always tell me to try your best, to everything, to not slack off, and to just go in there and do my thing in the ring since I'm already there. And then since I already have a friend that's into wrestling, he's always like, oh, we're twinning, we gotta make the weight and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my god, it's not, even though it's not the same sport, we kind of can comprehend each other in that same sense, but each time it's mostly just them being supportive of me and me of them.
What's the hardest part about being a boxer, training for a boxer?
The weight and the way you need to be strong and resist the food when you're in the diet.
Yeah, especially as a young girl, young lady that you guys are growing up, your bodies are changing. Even for an adult, it's hard to resist not having that extra donut but you guys that you gotta make weight and yeah, I imagine it's hard because especially when you see you're hanging out with your friends or even your cousins, your family that they're eating all this junk food and drinking sodas and you guys are like trying to be
yeah
I can imagine. I mean, even for me, like when I've been on diets, it's been really hard to yeah, and especially I have a son that's 14, so he'll come around or he won't eat if I'm eating healthy, he's not gonna eat that obviously. So I gotta make something else for him that's not healthy. Yeah, so yeah, I can imagine that being in a diet or following how many
strict diet.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you something else, I forgot because it changed. But and anything else that you guys would like to talk about or mention about your that I haven't asked
you. Why
you
are you
something?
so shy? Okay. No, not really. No. Nothing. Just hi, we're still here after years. We're still out here punching every round of it, and we're gonna keep coming for more.
Nice. So yeah, and if I feel that you should take this chance to kind of invite other girls from the valley. Like you mentioned that it's kind of dry in the sense of not having female boxers here in the valley to kind of spar with or even
together.
Yeah, so maybe take this time to kind of invite girls who might be thinking about joining boxing, so that they can maybe make a little bit of a
sparring session.
Yeah, or just a team in general that you guys can travel with or whatnot. Because maybe they see you and they get inspired to join a boxing team. Because I know there's a house down here on the corner that people come out and box at, and there's one in El Centro. I think Sparta is Sparta still a thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm asking because I don't know, but I mean kind of take a chance to invite,
take the advantage.
Yeah, to invite other young ladies that might be in the same case that you were, that were be bullied, that might take this time to like see where you're at now. And
y'all still want to bully me? I'm just kidding.
But like I said, it's a good time to invite other girls from the valley to
come together.
Yeah, to join a boxing league, a boxing what do you call them?
A team. Boxing
team. And then maybe help you guys spar and get ready for other fights. So
yeah.
Because I mean, I don't think I know anybody else that has any daughters that box and go out and win national championships like you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for coming down on a Saturday.
Oh, thank you.
And talking to me a little bit, get to know you guys a little bit more. Hopefully, the community out there watches this video and supports you. I don't know if you guys, because I know I know it's not cheap to travel and
Definitely.
Do you guys sometimes do fundraisers to?
Yes, we do fundraisers. We sold shirts the last time, and then I sell cookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and whenever you guys are, doing like a fundraiser, you guys post it on your social media.
Yeah, we do. We post it on our page.
Okay. So hopefully people, follow you more and, help out when you guys are getting ready to do some traveling and do, fundraising. Cause, like I said, I know it's not cheap to travel and, hotels, your gear and all these things that your parents need to, put up for you guys to fight. So hopefully the community, takes this time to, follow you and support you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming out.
No, thank you.
Thank you for being my first guest of 2023.
Woo.
I was waiting to. I honestly wanted you guys to be the first ones because I wanted to start off with a bang with a good show, but it was a little bit scheduling that we weren't able to do it. But I'm glad that we were able to meet up today and talk a little bit and meet each other and.
In March, they're going to nationals.
In March we're gonna go to the nationals in Detroit, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
In March.
March.
All right, so yeah, guys, definitely follow their social media page.
Yep.
And I'm gonna leave. But go ahead and tell it.
Okay, yeah, you can go follow us on our Facebook and Instagram on Liz and Yaya Boxing.
Oceguera Boxing.
Okay.
But and I'll leave on the description of today's episode. I'll leave links as to where they're at, so they can follow you guys. And I want to wish you guys nothing but luck on your upcoming fights.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And thank you for coming again. And thank you guys for watching or listening. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.